Day 716 being Christopher Cruz, so I just came to the grocery store to get some stuff to make dinner. And there was this old guy walking around with some window cleaner and some paper towels, and just walking around asking people if they want their windshields cleaned. And he asked me, I was like, no, I'm good. And he was just so quiet and polite. I swear my nose always itches when I do these videos. But yeah, he was just really quiet and polite. And so I kept walking to the store, and I was like, well, I've only got $10 in cash to my name. And actually, no, I have $5 at home and some change. I got more than that. But I have this EBT card that my mom gave me, so I can buy him some food. And so I was like, so I walked back to him and I was like, hey, is there anything I can get you? Like any kind of food or anything like that? And he was like, yeah, I'd really like some fried chicken. And I was like, fuck. Of all the things that he could pick, he picks a fried chicken. And I'm like, oh, because the deli food, the prepared food, the EBT card doesn't work, so you have to pay in cash. And I'm like, ah, shit. And I got $10 in cash. And so I'm like, okay. And so I go to the deli, and I'm looking at it, and it's like chicken tenders are $10 a pound. I'm like, maybe I'll give him half of a pound of chicken tenders. And then there's this deal for 8 pieces of dark meat chicken for $7.99. And I'm thinking maybe I'll just get him 2 or 3 pieces, and maybe that'll be $4 or $5. And then I was just like, just be generous. Bless him. Don't just bless him. And so I got him the 8-piece for $7.99, and then got the stuff that I needed to make dinner. And then I walked outside just to make sure he was still there, because I was like, I'm not going to buy all this chicken if he's already left and he's out there. So I'm like, hold on. So I go back in, and I pay for it and pay for my stuff with the EBT card, and then I have to pay for his stuff with cash, and I get $1 something back. And I'm like, all right, there goes my cash stash. And I walk outside, and he's standing there in the parking lot, with his paper towels and his Windex, and I bring him the bag, and I'm like, all right, here you go. Here's 8 pieces. His eyes light up. Wow, thank you so much. I don't think he was expecting 8 pieces of fried chicken. And I was like, what's your name? He's like, James Spear. And he was like, God bless you. And I was like, you too. I was like, is there anything you need prayer for? And he's like, yeah, that I could pay my rent. I'm trying to pay my rent. And so that's why he's out here, cleaning people's windows and trying to make some money, I guess. And he's like, and I'd like to make it to my birthday. And I'm like, when's your birthday? He's like, in 6 days. And I'm like, oh, you'll make it. And I'm like, how old are you going to be? He's like, 80. And I'm like, what? You're 79? The guy literally looks like he's maybe in his early 50s. And, he's telling me, he just wants to make it to 80 years old. And the doctors say he's in good health, but he has to keep taking his pills. And he's just such a nice guy. Just not all there, but you could feel he's got such a good heart. And so I didn't feel very comfortable praying for him right there in the middle of the whole parking lot, which is probably something I need to get over. So I came back here and I sat in my car and I prayed for him, just for his health, that his heart is going to be strong and he'll get to his birthday and beyond that, and that God blesses him with the money that he needs to pay his rent. And I just walked away all right, because I was in the grocery store, and I just had anxiety and just trying to let something go. My mom called me and left a voicemail, and she just seemed really upset. And at the end of the voicemail, she just says, I can't do this anymore. And I tried to call back, and no answer, and her phone's not it's just going straight to voicemail. And so there's just anxiety, oh God. So I'm walking around the store with this pit in my stomach, and I'm just like, okay, God, please take this from me, God. And the question I got was do I trust God with my mom's life? And it was like, yeah, absolutely. And so that helped. And then after talking to him, it's like, I'm so blessed, even though I got no money, like, I'm still so blessed. And yeah, to be able to bless someone when you don't have a lot when it comes to money, but being able to spend some of my last few dollars on someone who needs it a lot more than I do is just like, it's just the right thing to do. Like, you could just feel it in your heart, like, it's right. And so I know that made a difference in his life. And having a conversation, and acknowledging him and getting to know him and not just blowing him off like, most people are probably doing in this parking lot. It's just like, yeah. So, yeah, that was good. Really good.